Hey, everybody. Welcome back. We got show 99. I think we are going to be wrapping up our series on the journey to black belt. For me, I was just telling Josh, let's do something else for show 100. Let's just wrap this up. I think we can not do it in a 4-show, but 3-show. Josh is cracking me up as usual because I think he's asleep in the backstage there, or he was just rocking out to the show intro. I'm not sure which. Probably could be both. He could be sleeping. It is early. Look, one thing you guys know I'm passionate about is, Big Pharma and some of the corruption, all of the corruption that they have. Joe Rogan's got guy on from Ways to Well today and talking about, the American people's mandate, especially with RFK and Trump, and making a change there. I think there's just so much corruption. Money is, capitalism is great, makes life easier if you have money, but it is such a corrupter to the human species. And this guy, I would say, listen to the whole thing because it starts off, really just jumps into peptides quite quickly. But I just got one thing that I just wanted you guys to listen to. If you don't get onto the show, it'll be on the screen here. I forget what show number he's on, and I'm going to forget his name because I am terrible with names. But take a listen to this, if I can find it.
And attends Eli Lilly factory openings and is a huge proponent of Eli Lilly. And this is just one example of the issues with that system.
It's also the statement that peptides have no medical use when GLP-1s are fucking peptides.
That's literally what I said. I said, you do understand that a GLP-1 is a peptide. Insulin is a peptide.
Yes.
There are over 150 peptides that Big Pharma is attempting to patent right now because the future of medicine is peptides. And here's why. We aren't compounding a drug. We're taking something found naturally in nature, a signaling cell found in your body, just like stem cells, just like amnion, just like all of these crucial building blocks to our health and longevity that are deficient in our foods, deficient in our diet, deficient in our lifestyle. We don't get enough sun. We have too much screen time. We're inactive, and all of that shit's taken in our bodies. Shocker, right? And as we age, there's a precipitous decline in peptides, in building blocks. One example, GHK, copper peptide. We know we have roughly 30 to 40% of the level of GHK in our bloodstream in our 40s that we had in our teens. Why is that important? It's an important signaling cell that tells your body that you're young. Your cells are young, your skin's elastic, heal this injury, heal this wound, reduce this inflammation, right? It's safe, it's benign, it's found in nature. We're synthesizing that. That's what peptides are. And Big Pharma got beat to the punch by compounding pharmacies. And compounding pharmacies have an array of peptides in their tool belt. And the war on peptides has gone beyond the GLP-1s, and this is what I wanted to explain. So it's very complicated. I got to make sure I nail this right because it's important for President Trump to understand this. President Trump, the art of the deal, the master negotiator, is attempting to play hardball with Big Pharma. And he is going to negotiate a deal for best in class, but best in the world drug pricing for the American people. And that's very admirable. And I respect the hell out of him for trying to get it done. But the devil is in the details. And my fear is, historically, big government has been co-opted and colluded by pharma. And when they're not able to pull a lever and move a chess piece, they outmaneuver them. And it's already happening. Eli Lilly's CEO announced he's going to raise the prices of drugs in Europe to offset the price reduction in America. But what that really means is we're not going to get the price concession that President Trump is working for, right? Because what he's doing is the same thing we already see with the pharmacy benefit managers that I've explained on this podcast before. The PBMs artificially inflate the price because they get a rebate on the back end from the big pharmaceutical companies that's hidden, that's not disclosed to the public. Then when they negotiate a deal with Medicare, Medicaid, TRICARE, they tell the government, we're giving you 30% off. You're giving us 30% off a bullshit price that you created because you set the market. And if we give these people a monopoly, we already know where it goes. We can see it time and time again. Eli Lilly's price of production on insulin became 1/10 of what it used to be, and they charge 10 times the dollar amount of the retail price of insulin.
All right, guys. Check out that whole show. That is super disturbing to me, especially what they've done on the price of insulin. You know, it's ridiculous. The big pharmaceutical companies are just greedy. Joe Rogan and Brigham's already sweared a bunch, but I'll hold it. What do you think, Josh? Oop, hold on.
There's a race towards immortality.
We lost your mic there, Josh.
Do you got me? Do you have me?
I have you now, but we didn't have your mic a second ago.
Yeah, it's pretty wild that, I don't know, there's a lot to unpack there. Drugs, we live in an age where there's going to be incredible drugs in the future, especially with AI making drugs, and then how those drugs get sold. What's a drug? What's a peptide? What's artificial? What's natural being plugged into our bodies? So blows my mind. And they're big businesses, right? I mean,
well, it's all big business. That's the problem. I mean, do they need to raise the price of insulin that much? It's insane.
Well, they control it.
It's a life-saving drug.
It's a life-saving drug, yeah. But we live this crazy technology society where they get to make these drugs and then control the price, and then people need it. Like people need it. That's the thing. And
they're just playing a game. I think I'm tired of it all. You know, the corruption with these pharmaceutical companies and the stuff they've gotten away with. And little slaps on the wrist for killing millions of Americans and knowing it.
So it's only going to get worse in the future. It's going to,
AI is
actively using AI to fold some of these proteins and things. They're going to make peptides. Like some of those peptides he's talking about are used in drug combinations to extend life, to try to make you young again. And there's apparently some combinations out there that are insane for regenerative medicine, and there's the race to immortality with it, right? That's
I mean, that whole thing. I mean, God, I mean, that's going down a rabbit hole of immortality. I don't think that's.
I don't think it's far away. I think it's a real thing. I think it's.
Well, maybe downloading your brain, but is that real? But that's going down a rabbit hole of immortality. But I'm on 2 peptides, and if you guys, I sleep a ton better, feel a ton better, recover better. Tetramorelin, we've talked about him on the podcast. If you guys are here in Castle Rock, you're members, right? One of our coaches, one of our red belts. Chrissy has her own practice, nurse practitioner. Check her out if you're interested. That way, I've talked to several people about that and her, but it's just crazy. The beginning of that podcast, they talk about GLP-1 and how they're manipulating that, and me and the side effects of that. But they're talking about people getting kind of essentially a mega dose versus micro dosing, and the muscle loss and the benefits of the compounding pharmacy, making it for the person versus just mass production, and these people being on the biggest dose because that's the most money that they're going to make. These pharmaceutical companies, F them. I am so sick of them. Because some people need a little jump start, you're really overweight and it can help you on the path. And he actually talked about there's another peptide in combination with GLP-1, and they're having great numbers on the not losing muscle and burning pure fat.
Amazing.
It's just there's some great stuff going on, and pharmaceutical, and the human condition is we want to make more money, and all of a sudden people just get way too evil. I don't know, there's something with that. And they'll ruin other humans' lives for their own benefit. And there's something effed up about that. I don't have that much money to
I want him to
have
make
that
a
happen to me, or
have him make a weight loss drug that requires exercise. Like it won't work unless you actually exercise. And can they make
yeah,
that? I mean, that would
I
be
don't
great. Of
know.
all the things they can make, like this one only works if you exercise.
Yeah, I mean, triggered. Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be awesome. But we don't. We
people
get
need
the
to. Yeah, I mean, they need to work out. You'll feel a ton better. People, get out and get off your ass. It's, so many people. I'm just sorry. You're just freaking lazy and full of excuses. Get out and do something. You'll feel better. Um, I'm old and grumpy, and that's where I'm at.
yeah, you're
Get
on a
off your
tear this
butt.
morning.
Make an excuse. Let's hear it. Get out there and do something. I mean, seriously. I mean, you don't need. I was looking at a little thing on Chat GPT 5 and some prompts, and how to prompt it correctly and get the right response. I mean, ask it for a diet plan. You don't even need to pay a dietitian. Ask it for a workout. And there's tons of videos on YouTube. There should be no excuse like, oh, I can't afford it. Get out there and do something, people. I don't care if you come to my gym. You're just going to be a better person if you get out and do something
Yeah, stand
versus
while you
the
work.
same old thing. So, all right. We're on the journey to black belt and some of that stuff. I don't know. Sometimes I feel, there's stuff in my head and I have a real hard time getting it out. That's from family and things I want to say. I don't know. That's a struggle I have. And I feel like this show is kind of the first two. We're on two. I'm like, I don't know. It wasn't as good as I wanted to. Felt it was going to be different. So let's jump into advanced training and some of your questions. But I remember when you went in the original Krav Maga, Krav Maga lost its trademark, people. And that's a lot of the problem with the brand these days of there's good and bad, and they tried to protect it. But you went on to expert series, and that got nicer in some ways. They respected you more. So, made it that far, you had earned it. But the training and the level expectations still stayed the same. I remember that was like my favorite part about expert series was they were a little bit nicer to you than the face training.
Is that for you're talking about for instructing?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
that was a Krav Maga instructor training. That's how I came up through the ranks. It wasn't in a gym. It was instructor training.
What was the belt preceding black belt, and how long did that take you to decide, to jump in and say, hey, I'm going from that belt to black belt? What was your prep?
I don't remember the time between, Krav Maga Worldwide went brown and then black. And they were, I think, blue. They were around 18 months, blue and brown. I can't remember exactly their time frame or format that they wanted you at that belt level. But I feel, let's change that. It was at least 18 months, but not for me. I mean, from starting Krav Maga to black belt, it was 10 plus years, I believe. It might have been around 11 years that it took me. So it wasn't, I can't tell you. I mean, it was a couple years. Definitely. It wasn't this, as soon as I'm eligible, I'm going to take the test and go to that course.
How did you alter your training before black belt? Did you really knuckle down there? I mean, did you start evaluating yourself harder before you went in?
I don't really think so, Josh. I'm sure as you were ramping up, that I stepped out my conditioning workouts type of thing. But as I was saying on Saturday in our Apex training, you should be game ready all the time. That's kind of sometimes my frustration with students is they're not always game ready. They're You know, they're here, they're not. You know, you get into those higher levels, you got to really make it a priority of training at least 3 times a week, you know, and that, you know, life gets busy and all that other stuff. And, you know, at a certain level, there's that stupid sunlight. It looks like I have a sun. Ooh, look at that.
That's actually cool. Don't move right there.
That's freaking awesome.
I
It
love
looks
it.
like I'm like AI. We're having a problem with the
So
sun
you
in the
stayed
office
on
for
top of it.
for some reason.
So you stayed on top of the training from like the very beginning to the end. You just knuckled down, hammered away day after day.
Well,
And
I
then-
mean, the other thing is I mean, at that point, you know, people are coming into your gym
Mhm.
and you need to be game ready,
Mm.
right? How you present yourself, how you're demonstrating, you know, you've got to be on top of your game all the time as a school owner. I always had this thing that I wasn't going to be the school owner that gained 20 to 40 pounds and now is the figurehead and they're older and, you know, the young people are teaching.
Mm.
I just have always had that in my head that that's not going to be me, even though I've gained a little bit of weight.
And so the test. Okay, so how long was that test when you get in there for that next belt? You're doing the black belt thing. You walk in the door, and were you nervous? Like I would get nervous, man. I'd have probably butterflies in my stomach. I get nervous in all the trainings that I'm going to fail and stuff like that. I've got all these little voices in my head go off, and I got to fight through them through the whole thing. It's actually really stressful for me. So, were you facing those same kind of little demons out there? Like,
Oh yeah,
tough?
I mean, you know, my black belt test was with John Whitman, Krav Maga Alliance, and that's, you know, another story how I followed him, my friend Troy, and I mean, I'm like, you're older than John. You talk to him. That we wanted to just come out and train with him when he left Krav Maga worldwide. They lost the trademark. You know, long story short, he was kind of the fall guy as the president. He was just going to start his own gym, and we're like, hey, we're coming out to train with you. We want to stick with you. And he, you know, started the Krav Maga Alliance. So, you know, you've got people, you know, that are from California. So you've got, you know, an audience of people you don't know. You're in a room with, you know, other school owners or, you know, obviously high level people. So yeah, it's nerve wracking and you're trying to, you know, it's game day and, you know, same thing from early childhood sports and dealing with the butterflies. It was that test. Remember just getting, I think everybody in that room had that to varying degrees where I think a lot of people were really nervous. And I remember John saying something and that just kicked me out of that and was like, come on, these people, I felt like people were bringing me down. I'm like, all right, just whatever, like, let's go. Getting my own head, probably with my partner, like, let's pick it up here. Let's, let's go. The same thing I say in our tests, like, it's up to you guys to motivate, bring that camaraderie up in a test and keep everybody going. So that's kind of what I did, because I felt I was getting sucked down. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to fail. Like, he's mad. I'm like, I'm going to fail this test because just the energy of the room was off. And it's like, just bring your own energy. Come on, get out of this funk there of whatever was going on. So
the nerves are a tough one to fight through. It's kind of like its own fight. I'm just trying to get out of your own head to get my body to do the things I've been trying to train it to do,
Yeah.
And sometimes when you feel like the room's watching you, everything melts down. Like you suddenly forget everything you've been doing for the past year. But if you just let the body take over, sometimes it'll do it by itself. And I don't know, man.
Yep.
It's a good story. It's kind of scary though, having that audience piece.
Yeah, of people filming you, which is good because there's some footage I would never have of those because I didn't have anybody there with me. it was actually, I forget what high school reunion, and my class has never done anything else. It was the same weekend as that black belt test. And obviously, had put it off for years. And then one comes up and, of course, I've got one thing, then that means I'm going to have another thing. So had to make that call on that one. So, it's, life always gets in the way, and you got to make that decision of what's priority. So
you get to the end of that test, and did you feel good after the end of it? By the end of it, were you confident it was going to happen? I always have so much self-doubt, and you're near the end. Do you remember anything from there? I mean, that's probably the one class I think you'd remember the most of, but you never know, right? Because there's stress. So
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of that. I mean, there's bits and pieces of that test that I remember a lot, like sparring with my buddy James Lee, like in there. I remember people that was, a lot of people were talking about us fighting in that test after the fact for, a couple of years when it was fresh in people's memory that were there. But my biggest thing I remember was John not telling the room that, they passed. So that always meant that somebody failed. I was pretty confident it wasn't me, being like bringing it up. There was some stuff on 2-on-1 fighting that John highlighted me as a student and went, you guys need to do it like John. I think they just probably didn't train it enough or whatever. But he highlighted me on movement and 2-on-1 fighting. So I was pretty confident, with that. And, maybe who knows what else during that test. But still, being in the back of your head, like, oh, great. Maybe he's just mad at everybody and like the whole room failed, maybe me bringing it up. But on my way back, I can't even remember if I kept my hotel room, but I just remember either driving to the airport or driving back to the hotel because getting on a plane right after always sucks when you've been working out and you smell. So I'm pretty sure I was going back to the hotel. I got a text message. It was a text message to James and I saying, congratulations. You guys were, top of the class, outstanding. I wanted you guys to know what I thought about you guys. I really wish I kept the text message, but it got, lost on, changing phones.
Sure.
And way back when. I wish I kept it.
Screenshot and put it.
Yeah, I mean, didn't even, you didn't even think about it. You're like,
well, you beat me to the next
then,
question. I was like, how did he tell you passed? Right? I mean, was this formal letter and
well, it was a text
in the
message.
mail? Yeah.
It was a text message
You
that,
too.
hey, no, you guys are traveling or whatever, but wanted to let you guys know after.
Were you relieved? I mean, that moment you're like, yeah, and you just relaxed on the plane all the way back, or
it was probably a bit of that, but not too. I'm always like, okay,
all right, let's think about
keep going.
1st degree, right?
Well, you are, but okay, it's getting that far in the journey, because I had said to myself, it was probably it had to be phase B. It had to be phase B because we were in Massachusetts. Phase C, we were in New York, and I remember telling myself we had made friends with Sam, and John Whitman was there. And for some reason, Sam always liked my buddy Jack, that they wanted to go out on the town. And John had spent a bunch of time. I can't remember if he went, all 4 years or what, but he went to college for a time or for the whole time. I can't remember, in Boston. So he like, let's go to Boston. So we were like 30 minutes outside of Boston, something like that, in Foxborough, North Attleboro area. And I just remember talking to them, I mean, I've got 2.5, maybe 3 years of experience there, and just going, I want to be good enough that they really respect me as an instructor. I want to be on the same level that they're on. That's where I want to be. I want to be high level and not just, this rookie instructor that I was at that point. And I had set myself more on being respected and being really high level than the actual belt. It meant a lot, obviously. And obtaining that rank kind of gives you that, that you should be respected. And you've attained that level. But that was always my driving force, is to just be extremely high level within Krav Maga.
Yeah.
So, and that journey's taken me even further, whatever you could say, first degree, getting up to fourth degree.
Yeah.
Just the level of understanding and seeing things, within a class that my black belts don't see in their coaching. And it just comes with time. It's not that they're not good. It's just that time factor.
Yeah. So the degree, like the black belt says, you've attained beyond novice now, and you're essentially kind of like, I hate to use the word expert, but you've reached a level of understanding of it. Are the degrees just the increase in the understanding of why you're doing techniques at that point? Everything that every white belt asks, right, in like first class ends up being addressed in those levels, right? About like whys and hows. Is it a higher intensity of training at that point? Like, is it harder or is it more technical at that point? Because I don't understand. I've never been on that journey. I'm not even at a black belt, right? I don't know what it's like to start obtaining black belt and beyond. I just wanted to get your thoughts.
Yeah, it's more technical, especially like fourth degree. It's more technical, understanding deeper insights to those techniques, and it just comes with time. I mean, it's really something that even it's again like, hey, I'm going to tell you this, but you're not going to understand it until you get there, until you go on that journey yourself. But people always, oh, is it ninja's gonna jump out at you and all, this kind of thing as the beginner.
Can we do that?
You're like, is the intensity, I mean, black belt 1, that's the 1 and 2 are definitely more physical than 3 and 4. So even that, I mean, I say in my Taekwondo journey, I look at my first degree black belt to my second degree video and go, why was I even a black belt? I'm like, oh my God, look, I sucked. Of course, white belt looking at that black belt, you're like, oh my gosh, you're so much better than me. But I will look at stuff and go, oh my God, who gave me that black belt? Like, why was I a black belt there? Because you just see that in your training. The longer, you stick with it longer, and you're going to realize and see stuff. I mean, if you are a student of mine, or wherever you have video, go back and look at just your shadow boxing, compare it, each belt level. I tell, like, take a little archive of yourself and see yourself shadow boxing. Just use that as a gauge. Never mind, self-defense and things of that nature. And that level of understanding of different techniques. We were saying, we were talking about critiquing shows, or I said, hey, we just did a ton of footage of our Apex class and going, they tried to do that. The weight's off. Oh, look, their nose is way over the toes. Their just position is way off on that technique. Look at, where they're at. The better they get, those things will not happen as much. We all degrade under stress and fatigue, but you'll see those little things of like, oh, look at that technique, and I'm out of position there. God, I was terrible at that belt level. And,
my feet.
Things will get better. That's the bigger thing, up there in black belt, and, John's black belt in something different. I mean, the biggest thing, is time, which is that experience level that, you need. That a lot of John's qual was shooting. So
What do you mean? Is qual like? What do you mean?
Have you ever seen that video? Those videos?
I've seen you doing some of those videos. I'm just waiting. Like,
I don't know for John. I mean, the actual like
No.
I've put him out there.
Probably not. They're not ringing the bell. So
What a
you had to
terrible-
qualify.
See, this is like so depressing. We put out all this social media and nobody watches. It hurts my feelings, Josh, that you haven't seen it.
I
You
forgot
do a
what I
deep
was asking.
dive on some stuff.
I am trying to ask a question. Now I'm so distracted. I don't remember the question. What does he mean by qual? Like he would make you qual with guns too?
Yeah, just a range qual. Like he had. I gotta forget how many
really?
shooting things you had to do.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Let me see if I can pull something up here.
I just think it's really interesting that he would like that was.
Well, that's John, like integrating that.
Sure.
All right.
Deeper understanding.
Which one? Range, 4th degree.
Wow.
So this is getting to be, I guess, we'll be at 2026 here in January. So it's getting to be 3 years
Good Lord.
away. Hold on a sec. Bear with me because Josh.
I was just going to sit there and fill while you were looking for it because.
Hold on. I pulled up one. We can watch him here. Let me share this screen.
You should get it talking while you're looking for it.
Am I getting better?
It's not bad. I mean, you used to be totally quiet. So John's training as a broadcaster is phenomenal.
Screen share.
You guys should have seen him on the first video.
Oh my God, it's terrible.
So he's gotten better. He doesn't have a black belt in it yet, but he's working at it.
I'm nowhere near anywhere.
I like the journey, man. I just like showing up and.
All right, do you have that on your screen?
I don't see Jack.
You don't see Jack? Who?
Who's Jack? Oh, I didn't want to add the S word. I'm trying to keep this family friendly, but I mean, we threw
all right, you got it.
Ooh.
All right. So this is one of them.
Are you ready? Here we go. Threat. Fine.
Oh, you see that one?
A little bit. It's slowing down there.
Was it? Is it going okay?
Yeah, go again. What happened?
Hold on. Let's see if I rewound it enough.
Switch.
Oh, no. I went too far. Oh, it went.
Oh, then he got you on the ground on the dirt. I was just getting good.
Fine.
Oh, it's. I'm like, it's fine.
right there.
It's fine.
Oh, did you get hit?
Yeah. Gosh, I'm terrible. I can't rewind. See, you jinxed me. Where did he knee?
What did I do?
Whatever. There was a good little knee in there.
Yeah.
That really when I came up to the line, I mean, I was still feeling it somewhere in there.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Then you into the
I
ground.
can't rewind, evidently.
That's just.
See, this whole time I'm like, oh my gosh, my stance sucks shooting the gun. My clinch has gotten so much better with our IDS.
Yeah, your posture is definitely better shooting. Like it's progressed over time.
Oh my gosh, I suck. I'm shooting so much better now.
Man, that alone is.
Yeah, that was good. I've got sand in my eye in here from Chad's hands just coming off from being on the range. And you're still,
breathing,
feeling that knee strike.
Sure.
And it wasn't even, anywhere near full power. So we had time components and all this stuff.
Sorry, the nuts. Get that on.
I'm like, oh my nuts.
You locked it down for sure.
That's good stuff, man.
So
it's fine. Just keep going. Okay. Now you pull a knife
Can
on
you,
me if I do that to you on the ground.
I don't know what you got on the screen because I'm off of yours, but
It's just you and me. It's just you and me.
is it? Did I
Yeah.
lose it?
Well, you did the transition. It was a transition. We just started talking.
Oh, I don't know what it was. If that's, oh, I probably took off that screen. This isn't the one. There's another one we just do. Like he's punching me.
Yeah.
I don't know where that is.
So I mean, he adds that to the qual.
So yeah, there's like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
That we had to do.
Is he?
You know, I'm just searching on our
comprehensive.
channel, 4th Degree.
Yeah. As far as
it's on
training
Clear.
goes.
They're all hosted on ClearSky.Training.
Yeah. You guys should go check that out. And also, if you can, buy our t-shirts, hats, share with your friends. Make sure that everybody gets this show in their inbox, wherever they may get it, and make sure we listen to it. We want to be the #1 Krav Maga podcast on the internet, in the interwebs. So make it happen. I love the interwebs.
You want to see one more?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, except. All right, let me find our show back there. So, yeah, I had to shoot. Yeah, totally. We had to shoot a couple of those twice. I think I forget the hardest one. Or I didn't like it. Like I think I had one on the line. I remember my buddy Andrew. That's he's running the camera there. Owner, former gun shop, Action Firearms here in Castle Rock. That they went out. Do you have that on there? He's like, oh, it's good. You're on the line. You know, it's good. We've got it now.
Yep.
And I didn't want to be on the line, so we did it again. I'm like, no, that one's, you know, it's on the ring, but it's not. I wanted to be fully in. I didn't want, you know, something kind of hanging, you know, on the line, on the target.
Right. Yeah. You guys getting ready? Don't forget your ears.
This one I kind of made up for John because
this one isn't playing that you've got on the screen.
Yep.
It's not playing.
I don't see it. Nope. It's just audio. It's not the right one.
I thought I hit.
You probably did.
It's not on there. You don't see the.
I see John Hallett, range drill number 3, live fire guns section 9/26/2021.
Okay, and it's not playing.
Negative, at least from my perspective. I love it though.
It should be that one. It doesn't look like I shared the wrong screen.
It might just be the
All
interwebs.
Right. You guys getting ready?
Yeah.
Don't forget your ears.
I don't see the video playing. I hear the audio though.
You hear the audio? That's weird.
Yep.
That must be just a glitch in Kapwing or some of that stuff. But let's see. What were you saying? I interrupted you on something.
Oh, I was just really interested that he added the guns and the quals to that because it became really comprehensive in its coverage, right? And that's what you end up bringing back to the students, though, which is, you know, that your students and your potential students don't realize the amount of time and effort that you've put into to reach the level that you're at, and now to share that with them, right? I mean, the whole point is for you to come in and start learning this too. If you want this kind of training, like that's what you teach at the gym every day. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
all right. I got it. I believe.
I can't stress. Wrong. Cool.
You got it there.
I'm seeing the mouse move, so we're good. We're good. We're good.
All right. I made this one up because it was supposed to be like kneeing the pad or something. So I was like, well, let me make it harder than what John wanted in my mind.
Yeah. Oh, and you're taking shots.
Keep it up, Chad. Keep it up.
It's burpees, and punches, and shots to the stomach.
Harder.
Yeah, like, harder.
Harder, come on. Sounds like a standard John action. Is that all you got?
Yeah, you can see like, and
Oof.
Yeah, and Chad's one of
That
those
one was a
guys. He's
shot.
got deceiving power.
Yeah.
Chad's got like a, I don't know what his deadlift is, like at least 455. I mean, Chad's a super strong guy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt if he has a 500-pound deadlift. I can't remember.
The gun. Heart rate's up.
You've got time. You've got time.
That's it.
Should have kept that mag.
Yeah, it's okay. It was
38 seconds to do that whole thing. You got it. As long as you're within here, you don't have to do that again.
Yeah, you don't have. Yeah.
Nice. Fuck yeah.
Nice.
So you can see some of that blue tape on 8,
Yeah.
and there's one that is close
Where's the
in there.
That's cool, man.
So
That's cool.
Yeah, that was one evidently from, I didn't even remember that it was twice, or 3 times. You don't have to do that one again.
Yeah.
So that was not the first time running that drill. So that was some of that's what, the big thing. There were several other things I had to film for John because it was around that COVID time.
Oh.
So it was all, we have some, I think, Ben, Lee, I forget who else was on some of the videos doing some of the stuff that John just wanted to see,
That's cool.
Sure, I'm pretty sure there was some tie pads again, just, and I'm sure that was just a check, right? Are you keeping up your skill kind of thing? There was nothing, you
like an evaluation.
Yeah, you shouldn't look like you haven't
shouldn't
been hitting
be
tie pads.
Ready every day, though? I mean, shouldn't you be a little bit better every day? I mean, at least prepared to go in and be.
Yeah, but people
something.
slack off. I mean, that's why, that's why there's that check is there, because people do let their skills slip. Oh, I'm a black belt. When was the last time you trained?
Right. That usually means you're supposed to go on even more. I mean, that's when the training really starts. That's what somebody described to me about once. That's when the training really starts. And I know you're serious.
Yeah, I mean,
then if you're serious, show up. I mean, you should
the
be showing
journey
up
up
more.
to that point is great, but getting there and everything after that, if you can stick with it, the understanding of your technique. I mean, look at that. There's another video, and that's 2.5 years old, getting closer to being 3 years old, and I'm like, I suck. I'm so much better there. I mean, and that's where we added the citizen defender training. My gun stuff is so much better in there. Clinch stuff is better. Filling some gaps in quote, I like to call it traditional Krav Maga.
Yeah.
So and that's Krav Maga. It should be in with new stuff and out with old stuff that's no longer relative, or you found like there's a technique that's more efficient. It's kind of like our guillotine choke was changed from somebody in Krav Maga Alliance. And as soon as we, played with that, like, students pick this up so much faster. Out with the old, in with the new. Don't stick with the technique because, Emi did the technique, and you can't disrespect the founder. Some martial arts continuing to do old things because there's something new or bad, and more efficient, and you feel like people pick it up faster. You should be doing that.
Right. I think EB would change it, though. That would be the thing.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Does that work? Okay, let's use it.
Yeah, totally. So it's more not getting the philosophy of Krav Maga of, if something's more efficient, or we need to address a bigger danger out there that's more common on the streets, we've got to address that.
Yeah. So that's black belt, man. That's kind of how you got there. The things you needed to do. Is there anything you would do a little bit different on the journey there?
I don't know. Sure. Force, train harder. I mean, I don't think
It's a tough question, right? It's a hard one.
Yeah. I mean, train more.
Suck less.
Yeah. I mean,
Start
that
it.
would be
Yeah.
the only thing. I mean, yeah, if, you had unlimited resources and you could travel and not work and,
But that's
like,
not usually the
yeah,
case.
I mean, that's, few and far between that people can even, I'd say my lifestyle is, martial arts because that's my work and you spend so much time in your profession, whatever it is, it's a huge part of your life. But still, like, let's go to Thailand. Let's do this.
Oh, sure.
Let's train under this person for a month and go live here for a month. Yeah, that would be great. But,
But yeah.
again, that gets even crazier than the amount of time you spend as a gym owner training and on the floor in your martial art. But, those are all wishes, I mean, that you could do.
Yeah.
So,
Now you are you've got black belts after all these years of training and teaching, and you've created a successful school and you've created a great place for us to train. So thank you for that. Like the people don't realize that, the byproduct is that we get to work with you now.
yeah.
Right. And that's the best part. And you get to
So,
share it. You get to share it with everyone.
yeah. So that's a little glimpse in there. We're getting up on, where I like to go with the show. We've been trying to keep them shorter because we can, I'm sure, keep talking about this different things, but I'm sure people have stuff to do. We've got stuff to do. Get to the gym and train more, suck less. So I appreciate you guys listening. If you got any ideas for the show, let us know. And you can support that show, as Josh said, at shop.rmsdf or shop.clearsky.training. We got some new baseball hats on RMSDF. The Penguin tee. There's some new suck less t-shirts on shop.clearsky.training. And if you're in the Castle Rock area, Parker, Lone Tree,
come on in.
Get in and train with us in person at Rocky Mountain Self-Defense and Fitness in Castle Rock. We're over on Malibu Street. Check us out. Check out at the website. We'd love to have you in. We're always looking for new, good people, right?
Yep,
That's
all the time.
what we try to maintain, is just a great community of people and that, want to train and want to get better and don't have attitude and ego. We keep that stuff out, especially now as I get older and grumpier. I don't have time to deal with somebody that has got attitude and is a jerk and is not a good training partner. That people are all really trying to help each other get better, and that's our community. And we've got those little kids, those little guys, oh my gosh,
So
yesterday fun. Those little guys, they're so cute. We start them at preschool. They are great little guys, and we're really teaching them to be good people, right? That it's not teaching them to be a bully, it's teaching them to stand up and be confident. Check us out.
You're grumpier now than you used to.
Oh, totally.
Oh my.
Wait till you're 50, Josh.
Oh my. It's not far away.
Grumpier. Don't get me started because I'm going to start.
No.
E-bikes. I've got a video that I want to send to Castle Rock.
Man, there was also another one here the other day in my neighborhood of kid. This is twice now in a month that I've seen some really close calls. So guys, if you got your kids on those,
we don't need another law. We need parents to be like, you might need a reflector on your stupid e-bike. This kid was driving like 9 o'clock at night on a road that's 45 miles an hour in the meadows here in Castle Rock, no lights whatsoever. You could barely see this kid. And he's flying around on whatever e-bike. It might even have been it was hard to see him.
They're fast.
It might have been a dirt bike, but those e-bikes, it's so hard to tell just what parents. It was. But we need these parents, like these kids, some kids gonna get run over. And the person is gonna have to live with that because these kids are out there flying around on these bikes. They're I don't know, grumpy old man type of thing. But I think parents like at least get a freaking light on the bike.
Yeah.
We had those in the 1970s. Get a
Right.
reflector.
We knew then.
Get something.
They call it reflectors.
I saw some dude when I was going to the gym the other morning at 5 a.m. that his dog leash and caught like the dog had better reflection on it than this kid did on this probably a $2,000 e-bike or something.
Oh my
And this
gosh.
kid's got nothing in there. And yeah, a kid flew across Coach Line Road this summer, didn't slow down at 35 miles an hour at an intersection that some people miss the stop sign and just go right through if they're new to the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
That's crazy.
I really don't think we need another law. We just need, parents like kick these kids in the butt. Like,
Be parents.
I don't know. Like, at least teach them the rules of the road. Yeah. Cars are supposed to stop for you. They're supposed to.
Yeah, they can't.
They
do
might
it very
not
fast.
see you.
Yeah.
Type of thing. But all right, I'm way more grumpy now, Josh. Grumpy old man.
Great. Yeah, it got you started. Let's end this thing before you start.
Yeah, I mean, 10 years ago, I'd be like, "You're gonna be bitching about e-bikes? Gonna be annoyed."
Do some real work, Josh. I hear that way too much.
Yeah, do something productive, Josh. Not looking up the Guinness Book World Records of push-ups.
Listen, if you're gonna say it to the kids, you're coming out with facts.
Coming out with facts, yeah. The
That's all I'm
4-year-olds
saying.
really know the Guinness Book of World Records. They just need to know how to do a real push-up.
No, they need the numbers. They'll remember that thing. 3,358.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In an
There's going to
hour.
be a kid that's going to come in tomorrow and be like, I did 4,000.
You didn't even tell them the number.
All right, guys. Train hard, suck less.